Imagine a world where every single interaction you have with a business, um, from shopping for clothes to managing your health, feels like it was designed just for you.
Mm,
Not for a broad demographic, not for, a market segment, but for you, right here, right now,
mhm,
based on your immediate needs, your preferences, maybe even the local weather.
right.
This isn't just a clever marketing tactic anymore. It feels like a fundamental shift, a real revolution in how businesses connect with us. We're talking about something called hyper-personalization.
Yeah, that's the term everyone's using.
And what's fueling this, the absolute catalyst, the engine powering this entire transformation, seems to be generative AI. It's really changing the game.
Completely.
So on this deep dive, we're going to pull back the curtain and unpack how this is all happening. What complex technologies are making it possible? The surprising, tangible impact it's already having across industries.
Yeah, some really diverse ones.
And crucially, the important challenges, and let's face it, the ethical questions it raises for all of us.
Absolutely. Our goal today is to pull out the best insights, the key takeaways from the sources you've shared. We want to help you become truly well-informed on this, rapidly transforming area.
Okay.
Maybe discover some surprising facts and really grasp the why it matters behind all the hype.
Okay, let's dive straight into this concept then. Hyper-personalization. My inbox is already full of emails with my name in the subject line, so how is this truly different from the personalization we've seen for, well, decades? What's the fundamental shift here?
That's a great question because it really highlights the core difference. We're moving to what people often call the segment of one.
Segment of one. Okay.
Traditional personalization, like you said, usually relies on static historical data. Think about past purchases, basic demographics, your name. It's often reactive.
Right. Like I buy something, I get a thank you email.
Exactly. Or you might also like based just on that one purchase. Hyper-personalization, though, uses far more granular, real-time dynamic data,
Granular like.
like your live click streams, how long you actually dwell on a page, your current physical location, what device you're using, the time of day, even external things like, as you mentioned, the local weather.
Wow.
So let's take a clothing retailer example. Traditional personalization might suggest a coat because you bought one last winter.
Makes sense.
But hyper-personalization, powered by AI now, could recommend warm winter clothing precisely when a cold front is detected in your real-time location.
Okay, that's different. It's proactive.
Exactly. It's proactive and predictive. A beauty retailer, for instance, might anticipate when your moisturizer is running low based on typical usage patterns and proactively send a personalized reminder, maybe with a discount, before you even realize you need it.
Right.
So this ability to integrate so many dynamic data points lets companies treat each customer as truly unique. It's no longer just women ages 25-35.
The broad bucket.
Yeah, it's Susan, who looked at running shoes on her mobile during her lunch break and reads sports gear blogs weekly. It's that specific.
That makes perfect sense. But historically, tailoring something for every single person, that just sounded impossible, impractical to scale.
Totally.
So here's where it gets really interesting. How does generative AI actually make this feasible? Because that seems like the core challenge, right? The scale.
Exactly. This is what we call the generative leap, and it tackles a huge historical limitation, the content bottleneck.
Content bottleneck.
Okay. Think about it. In the past, human teams had to manually create every single email variant, every product recommendation block, every version of a landing page.
Right, laborious work.
Incredibly, a company might manage maybe a dozen variations,
Right.
but they certainly couldn't create a million unique ones for a million unique customers. It made true 1.1 personalization just too costly, too labor-intensive.
So Gen AI solves this how?
It shatters that limitation. It automates the creation of novel, high-quality, contextually relevant content in real time.
Novel content, not just picking from templates.
Precisely. It doesn't just select from predefined assets, it synthesizes and generates perfect, unique content on the fly. Imagine unique product descriptions for every visitor.
No.
Or marketing emails with tailored subject lines, body copy, calls to action, all composed instantly. Or truly unscripted chatbot conversations that adapt fluidly to your specific question and tone.
That's a big leap.
It is. And this capability profoundly impacts the whole concept of a customer journey. Those traditional, rigid journey maps, they become kind of obsolete.
Hmm.
As one source put it really well, AI doesn't follow your journey map. It creates its own map, and your brand needs to be on it.
So the user's actions become the map.
Exactly. It shifts from forcing a user down a pre-built funnel to the user's real-time actions becoming direct prompts for the AI. It creates a unique, fluid, evolving path for every single individual.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Because there's definitely a fine line between helpful and, frankly, creepy when it comes to this stuff. How do we balance this incredible tech potential with consumer acceptance?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Consumers don't really care about the buzzword hyper-personalization.
Right.
What they care about is getting interactions that are truly relevant and valuable. The goal has to be delivering tangible value, maybe economic, functional, or experiential, and really importantly, avoiding being creepy or over-personalized.
Yeah, that backfires.
Totally. Overly specific content can actually lead to irritation, discomfort, even disengagement. It breaks trust instead of building it. It's about finding that sweet spot where the personalization feels like a genuine service, not like surveillance.
So if I'm getting this right, the core shift is moving from static customer profiles and kind of rule-based reactions to dynamic, real-time insights and proactive AI-generated content. A leap from segment-level tailoring to truly individual experiences, all powered by AI and real-time machine learning. That's a huge transformation.
It absolutely is. And this profound level of personalization isn't magic. It's a massive engineering challenge under the hood. It requires a really sophisticated technical foundation to sense, understand, predict, and then act at that individual level, all in real time.
We've seen the vision, the promise. Now let's lift the hood and peek inside the engine room. What kind of complex architectures are actually making this real-time individual experience possible?
Right. Well, a successful hyper-personalization strategy really needs 4 essential components working together perfectly. You need a solid data foundation, a powerful decisioning engine, robust content creation capabilities, and efficient distribution channels to get that personalized content to the user.
Okay, 4 pillars.
Yeah. If you visualize a modern cloud-native infrastructure, like using AWS as an example, it helps. First, there's data ingestion and unification. Imagine tools pulling data from all over a business: sales, website visits, service logs, loyalty programs.
Breaking down those silos you mentioned.
Exactly. Breaking down those historical silos. These tools process that raw data, transform it into a consistent format, and store it in a centralized data lake or lakehouse.
Yeah.
That gives you a unified, coherent customer profile.
Got it. Then the decision engine.
Right. Next comes the AI and machine learning layer. That's the brain, the decisioning engine.
Yeah.
That unified data feeds into advanced AI services for segmentation and prediction. But the core of the content creation relies on powerful foundational AI models.
Like the generative models we talked about.
Precisely. A request enriched with specific context about you and your real-time behavior goes to these models, and they instantly generate the personalized content.
It has to be fast.
Absolutely. That's the final piece.
Yeah.
Extremely low latency content delivery. The generated content has to reach you in milliseconds. So specialized databases store the user to content mapping, and API gateways let front-end apps retrieve it instantly.
This tech is evolving too, right?
Constantly. Edge computing is becoming huge for those millisecond response times processing data right there on or near your device.
Like changing a web page as I click.
Exactly, before the whole page even loads. And then there's agentic AI, which is really the next frontier. Instead of a marketer setting a rule like send a discount for cart abandonment, an AI agent could get a high-level goal like improve retention for this high-value customer segment. The agent then figures out how, analyzes data, generates content, decides channel and timing, executes, and learns from it.
Wow. It becomes strategic.
It moves beyond just responding to prompts to proactively pursuing business goals on its own.
This sounds incredibly sophisticated, but it also makes me think, what's the absolute bedrock for all this intelligence? It sounds like data is truly king here.
Data is, without a shadow of a doubt, the entire foundation. The quality, the accuracy, the breadth, the freshness of customer data. That's what primarily determines how effective this whole system can be. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out problem amplified.
So what kind of data are we talking about? To succeed, these engines need a really rich, multidimensional view. This includes, your basic demographic and explicit data name, age. Then your behavioral and implicit data, often the most valuable for predicting intent, browsing history, clicks, content consumption, products viewed.
Right, the digital footprint.
Exactly. Your transactional data, purchase history, average order value, frequency, and finally, that real-time contextual data, location, device, time of day, maybe even the weather.
And the big challenge is getting all that together.
That's the primary technical hurdle for most organizations. This rich data is usually fragmented across dozens of disconnected silos: CRM, e-commerce, web analytics, customer service, you name it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hyper-personalization is just impossible without breaking down those walls. That's why a customer data platform, a CDP, or maybe a modern data lakehouse is absolutely critical. They act as that central hub.
The single source of truth.
Essentially, yes. Ingesting all that first-party data from every touch point to create a single, coherent, continuously updated 360-degree profile for each customer, seeing the whole person, not just isolated bits.
Okay, so we have the architecture for scale. We have the comprehensive data, hopefully unified. Now, what's the actual brain of this operation? The part that takes all that info and actually creates the personalized experience.
That's where the generative models and, crucially, their optimization come in. At their heart are these powerful, large-scale generative models, LLMs for text, multimodal models for images, and so on. They're usually pre-trained on massive public data sets.
So they have broad knowledge.
Exactly. Broad understanding of language, patterns, general knowledge. But an out-of-the-box model is, well, generic. To be truly effective for a specific business, it needs to be adapted or fine-tuned.
Fine-tuned. How does that work?
Think of it like taking a brilliant generalist AI and making it a specialist for your company. You need to teach it your unique voice, your specific data.
So feeding it company info.
Right. Product catalogs, customer conversations, brand style guides, all that proprietary, high-quality data. This process, often called fine-tuning, uses various training methods. For simpler stuff, you can use in-context learning. Basically, giving user-specific data directly in the prompt you send the AI.
So it adapts on the fly.
Exactly. It adapts its output instantly based on that immediate context.
What's fascinating here is how much the company's own data suddenly becomes this massive competitive edge. It's not just about having the best AI model off the shelf, is it?
You've hit on a critical point. Your proprietary data, unique product info, successful interaction history, your brand voice becomes an incredibly powerful competitive asset.
Right.
By fine-tuning a model with this data, you imbue the AI with your unique identity. You create experiences competitors simply can't replicate. This elevates data governance from just IT stuff to a central pillar of strategy.
And there's more advanced optimization, too.
Yes, the most sophisticated step involves something called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF.
RLHF, okay.
Here, human reviewers actually rank multiple AI outputs. This trains a reward model to predict what humans prefer. Then, the generative model is fine-tuned using reinforcement learning to maximize that reward.
So it learns what actually works for people.
Exactly. It teaches the AI not just what's generically accurate, but how to say something effectively, persuasively for each individual, moving beyond just accuracy to optimizing for things like customer satisfaction and engagement.
Now that we understand the what and the how, let's connect this to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
How is this actually transforming different industries? Let's start with maybe the most obvious one, e-commerce and retail. How are we seeing this when we shop online?
Yeah, retail is definitely a major proving ground, and it's already profoundly changing the experience. Websites aren't static anymore, they're dynamic. Retailers use real-time data to alter the whole on-site experience.
Like changing layouts.
Exactly. Or generating personalized product descriptions. The same dress might be described differently for a Gen Z shopper versus, say, a busy parent. Landing pages, home pages dynamically reconfigured based on your immediate interests.
And chatbots are getting smarter.
Much smarter. AI shopping assistants are replacing those rigid scripted bots. They have fluid, human-like conversations. Imagine typing, "I need something navy and stylish for a wedding," and the AI gives curated pics, then asks, "Do you need matching shoes?"
Natural upselling.
Right. And beyond that, hyper-personalized promotions and pricing. No more mass 20% off blasts. Pricing and promos become dynamic based on your history, behavior, even price sensitivity.
Even cart abandonment emails.
Definitely. Highly tailored, mentioning the specific item, offering a unique incentive based on your profile. And Gen AI is even hitting visual merchandising, creating dynamic lifestyle images.
Like putting furniture in my virtual living room.
Precisely. Placing that sofa you're considering into a virtual room matching your style. It improves visualization, boosts click-through rates.
Those are fantastic examples. What about concrete results? Is there quantifiable impact here? It sounds like it could be huge for businesses.
No, the impact is substantial. Amazon's recommendation engine, estimated to drive something like 35% of its retail revenue.
35%? Wow.
Yeah. Stitch Fix blends AI with human stylists, leading to much higher average order values. Sephora's AI beauty assistant acts like that makeup artist in your pocket. L'Oreal saw a 35% increase in user interaction time and a 22% higher conversion rate using Gen AI for personalization.
Those are specific companies, but what about broader trends?
Broadly, companies really excelling at personalization see about 40% more revenue from these efforts. Personalized calls to action, they convert 202% better than generic ones.
200%.
Yeah, up at 40% improvement in ad click-throughs, up to 12% increase in average order value, 10-30% improvement in marketing ROI, and loyalty. A striking 78% of consumers are more likely to repurchase from brands that personalize.
Huge for retention.
Exactly, linked to about a 28% reduction in customer churn. These aren't just big numbers, they signal a fundamental shift, moving from broad marketing to precision engineering for every customer interaction.
The economic impact is undeniable, but the power here isn't just sales. It's hitting sectors where individual needs are critical. Let's talk healthcare and life sciences. Here, it's quite literally about saving lives, right? It's an idea of N of one medicine.
Indeed. It's moving healthcare from one-size-fits-all to truly individualized care. AI systems can analyze a patient's complete profile, genetics, medical history, lifestyle, environment to generate customized treatment plans.
So like for cancer treatment.
Exactly. Recommending a targeted therapy most likely to work against their specific tumor mutation, maximizing efficacy, minimizing side effects. It also tackles medication non-adherence, a huge problem. Average rates are around 50%.
How does AI help there?
AI-powered virtual health assistants. They offer 247 support, personalized reminders, symptom monitoring, guidance tailored to an individual's needs.
They could make a big difference.
And Gene AI can augment diagnostics, analyzing thousands of research papers, patient records in seconds, giving clinicians summarized insights for a specific patient case. Plus, personalized drug discovery, designing and simulating new drug compounds for specific targets, speeding up that long, expensive process.
The impact here sounds truly profound. What kind of results are we actually seeing in healthcare?
The results are remarkable. One study found AI-personalized cancer treatment plans led to a 20% improvement in survival rates, a 15% extension in progression-free periods.
That's significant.
Huge. A pharma company boosted therapy adherence from 40% to an impressive 85% for 300,000 patients using a hyper-personalized support program. They even got a 95% enrollment rate for the program itself.
Incredible adherence.
In multiple sclerosis, personalized medicine could increase the overall health impact by about 50% better matching patients to effective drugs, avoiding severe side effects. And platforms like Functional Mind from John Snow Labs are showing how AI agents can provide actionable insights for tailored treatment plans.
From healthcare's potential, it's clear this goes deep. Let's look at another cornerstone: education and learning. How is AI transforming the classroom, K-12, or even corporate training?
It's really dismantling the traditional one-size-fits-all model there, too. AI systems create adaptive learning paths, analyzing a student's performance, learning style, pace, to create customized curricula.
So it adjusts in real time.
Exactly. Content, difficulty, format, it all adjusts. Master a concept, move ahead, struggle, get simpler explanations, maybe a video instead of text.
Personalized pacing.
Right. And AI-powered tutors and mentors are becoming real. 24/7 virtual support, instant personalized feedback, answers in natural language.
Beyond lessons, too.
Yeah, Gen AI can create immersive content, unique visual aid, diagrams specific to a student's interests, even personalized background music for focus. And in corporate training, AI enables interactive role-playing for soft skills, leadership, customer service, negotiation in a safe environment.
Accelerating skills. Are we seeing real, measurable results from this personalized learning approach?
Absolutely. Duolingo is a famous example, using AI for personalized courses, performance analysis, reward systems. Brainly uses Vision AI, snap a photo of a question, get instant support, achieving 70% student satisfaction.
Impressive. What about broader metrics?
Across different settings, studies show students in personalized learning programs score On average, 30% higher on standardized tests.
30% higher.
Yeah, and the impact on motivation is striking. 75% feel more engaged versus maybe 30% in traditional settings. This translates to real improvements: 12% increase in attendance, 15% decrease in dropouts in schools using these strategies.
And corporate training.
Significant gains there too. For instance, a 50% improvement in knowledge retention in healthcare provider training programs.
The potential is clearly immense across so many fields. But this all sounds incredibly complex to actually implement. What are the major hurdles organizations face?
There are definitely significant implementation hurdles. The biggest technical barrier, almost always data quality and those dreaded data silos.
We keep coming back to data.
Because it's fundamental. Hyper-personalization demands clean, accurate, comprehensive data. Yet most places have data fragmented across dozens of disconnected systems: CRM, e-commerce, web analytics.
Yeah.
Creating that unified customer view is a massive, complex data engineering task. Then there's the sheer technical complexity and cost.
Big investments needed.
Significant upfront investment in cloud platforms, data tools, real-time analytics, AML licenses. Plus, you need specialized talent data scientists, AI engineers who are hard to find and expensive. For many businesses, it can be prohibitive.
And it's ongoing, right? Not a one-off project.
Exactly. It's continuous, constant monitoring, maintenance, fine-tuning for millions of interactions, evolving behaviors. It's a significant operational challenge.
This brings us to a really critical point. The sheer amount of data needed for this level of personalization. That immediately raises huge questions about privacy. How do we possibly balance powerful personalization with maintaining user trust? It really is a privacy paradox, isn't it?
It absolutely is a knife edge. That line between helpful and creepy is perilously thin.
Yeah. Overly specific or intrusive content can backfire badly. Irritation, discomfort, disengagement, it breaks trust.
Wow.
And with such huge data collection, you have profound privacy concerns, complex global regulations like GDPR, CCPA.
Compliance nightmares.
Right. Transparency, explicit consent, user control, they're mandatory. Failure means severe financial penalties, catastrophic reputational damage. And the risk of data breaches for these unified profiles is magnified.
So how do companies navigate this?
The key is establishing a clear, fair value exchange. Consumers are generally willing to share data if they see a tangible benefit for themselves.
What's in it for me?
Exactly. Saving time, saving money, making a task easier, providing a genuinely better experience, not just serving the business's sales goals. When it's clearly for the user's benefit, it feels like a service. When it feels solely for the company, it feels like manipulation.
And beyond privacy, there's the black box issue with AI itself. What about algorithmic bias, transparency, accountability? Especially when these systems make important decisions. These are critical ethical challenges. Algorithmic bias is a big one. Gen AI learns from patterns in training data. If that data reflects societal biases, race, gender, socioeconomic status, the AI learns, codifies, and can even amplify those biases.
Like in hiring or lending.
Exactly. A model might penalize female applicants or show bias against certain neighborhoods if trained on biased historical data. That's an ethical failure and a business failure: missed revenue, bad CX, legal risk.
And we often don't know why the AI decided something.
That's the transparency or black box problem. Deep learning complexity makes it hard to understand the why. A doctor can't trust a recommendation they don't understand. A customer denied credit needs a reason. Explainable AI or XAI aims to fix this, but it's a challenge.
And who's responsible if it goes wrong?
That's the accountability and liability question. If an autonomous AI causes harm, defamation, bad medical advice, a scam, who's responsible? The developers, the deployer, the user. The lack of clear answers creates an accountability vacuum.
Given these huge challenges, both technical and ethical, how can leaders possibly ensure they're building these systems responsibly and effectively?
They must build a robust ethical framework for algorithmic personalization from day one. It needs core principles: governability, human control; reliability, safe, secure, effective; equity and fairness, mitigating bias; transparency, clear info on how it works; and accountability, clear roles.
Are there practical ways to do that?
Yes, adopting structured methodologies like NIST's AI risk management framework helps. It has 4 functions: map, understand context risks; measure, assess track performance; manage, mitigate risks; and govern, foster a risk management culture.
And specific controls.
Essential controls need operationalizing. Strong data security, clear consent processes, legal compliance, attribution for AI content, a nuanced approach to bias, distinguishing harmful social bias from necessary statistical bias, and crucially, ongoing human oversight.
Looking ahead now, where is this revolution heading? What's the next frontier in hyper-personalization? What's coming next?
The evolution is definitely moving beyond just content generation. We're heading towards more empathetic and truly proactive systems.
Empathetic. How so?
Systems inferring user emotional states and adapting. Analyzing sentiment in chat, tone of voice, maybe facial expressions. Imagine an e-commerce site detecting frustration and offering live chat.
Oh, yeah.
Or a healthcare app recognizing anxiety and responding with reassurance. It enables deeper connections.
And proactive means.
That acceleration of agentic AI we touched on, truly autonomous, goal-driven systems. Imagine delegating. Plan a healthy meal plan for my family this week within a $200 budget. The agent researches, checks allergies, generates a list, finds prices, places the order.
Wow, it becomes a real assistant.
Exactly. It transforms personalization into delegation and problem solving. And finally, it's becoming ambient and omnichannel, dissolving digital physical boundaries with IoT, smart home.
Like connected experiences.
Right. View an item on your app, walk into the store, and a personalized offer appears on an in-store screen. Seamless.
What are the leading analysts saying about this future? Are Gartner and Forrester on board, or are they urging caution?
They're definitely excited, but with important caveats. Gartner puts GenAI at the peak of inflated expectations, massive interest, driven mostly by improving customer experience and retention. They see trends like AI avatars, proactive intelligence, but stress the absolute need for ethical guardrails.
So, high expectations, but be careful.
Exactly. Forrester emphasizes contextualization over personalization. They argue GenAI's value is assembling experiences in the moment based on holistic user context.
Context is key.
Right, and they caution, consumers care about relevance and value, not the buzzword. Forrester advises brands optimize content and data to participate in AI-led dialogues, moving beyond static journeys. The trajectory is generating solutions, not just content.
Okay, so given all this, the potential, the challenges, the future trends, what does this mean for leaders and organizations looking to harness this power? What's the strategic blueprint for adoption?
There are probably 5 key strategic recommendations. First, absolutely prioritize data governance as a core business strategy. Elevate it beyond IT. Invest heavily in unified data platforms, CDPs, lakehouses to break silos. Rigorous processes for quality, accuracy, security, integration.
Data first, always.
Always.
Yeah.
Second, start with high-value use cases and adopt an experimental mindset. Don't boil the ocean. Identify specific, high-impact areas, cart abandonment, product recommendations. Launch pilots with clear KPIs, learn, refine, then scale.
Start small, learn fast.
Exactly. Third, build an ethical framework and champion transparency from day one. Trust is paramount. Weave ethics in from the start, formal framework. Fairness, transparency, accountability. Be open about data use, give users control. It's a differentiator.
Ethics is a feature, not an afterthought.
Precisely. Fourth, invest in talent and reskill your workforce for an AI-first world. Roles will change, augmented by AI. Train existing staff, prompt engineering, conversational analytics, AI system management. Recruit new talent, data science, ML engineering, AI ethics.
People are key.
Crucial. And finally, fifth, embrace a composable AI-first architecture and an ecosystem mentality. The future is interconnected. Adopt flexible, modular architectures, APIs, microservices, to integrate best-in-class AI tools. Shift from competing with AI platforms to integrating with them, build plugins, provide data via APIs, form partnerships, be visible within those ecosystems.
Wow, what a journey we've taken through this world of hyper-personalization driven by generative AI. From the mass market to the segment of one, it's so clear this technology is fundamentally reshaping our interactions. Shopping, learning, health. Everything.
Yeah, this deep dive really shows it's not just about more tailored messages or better marketing. It's really about creating genuine value, improving health outcomes, and truly transforming how we learn and interact.
The impact is already tangible, isn't it? From those huge e-commerce revenue boosts to literally life-saving medical breakthroughs. But as we heard, this power comes with really significant responsibilities around data, ethics, trust.
Absolutely. And the future points to even more empathetic, more proactive AI systems, seamlessly woven into our lives, moving beyond just generating content to generating solutions, maybe even anticipating needs we haven't articulated yet.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now, as consumers, as professionals? How will you engage with this increasingly AI-mediated world? What parts of your digital life do you want truly personalized for your benefit? And crucially, what boundaries do we need to collectively establish to ensure trust and ethical use?
Yeah, the question isn't just if hyper-personalization will define the future, because it seems it will. The real question is how we shape that future responsibly. Keep asking those questions, keep exploring.